This is Volusia Today, a public information radio program brought to you by the County of Volusia.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Volusia Today, your one and only trusted source for local government news. No, this is not Michael Ryan, even though we share the same haircut and beard. This is actually his assistant director, Clayton Jackson, filling in for him this morning. And my co-host today is Maggie Hessler. How's it going, Maggie?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm a little bit more animated than Michael. So
you got a lot of energy this morning.
It's the energy. It's the energy drink. And I already had some coffee. So already amped up for a great show.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to see it.
All right. So before we get into some hard-hitting news, we have some friends from our environmental management division. I'll introduce them in just a minute. But Maggie, tell us a little bit about what's going on in the county real quick.
Yeah, so applications are open for the Citizens Academy. It sounds like really awesome. I kind of want to do it myself, but I don't know if I have the time to, sadly. But it's a free program designated to educate citizens about government operations. Academy members will meet virtually from 6 to 8 p.m. on Thursdays for 11 weeks starting September 19th. The schedule includes all sorts of stuff. They do have a couple in-person meetings and field trips. So they get to go to the Marine Science Center, the EOC, the Training Center, landfills, and they get to go to a county council meeting, which for someone who hasn't been to one, I'm sure is a really interesting experience. We get to go to them all the time. We just get to go walk downstairs and see them. But for people who don't get to see them, it is kind of a cool thing to see. Residents must be of Volusia County, obviously. Has to be Volusia County residents. Yeah, the Citizens Academy. And they have to at least be 21 and have basic computer knowledge and all of that. Is pretty helpful, especially when doing it through the virtual realm. And you can submit your applications through www.volusia.org/Citizens Academy by September 5th.
Yeah,
so
and it's a great program. Everybody who's ever been through it, they come out with a breadth of knowledge of local government and just how expansive we actually are. Like a lot of people probably don't know that the Ocean Center is actually part of Volusia County. Yeah,
there's a lot of things. I mean, I started at the county, 8-9 months ago now, and there's still stuff I'm learning that is associated with the county that I didn't know. And the Citizens Academy is a great way for people who don't work for the county, who maybe don't know the ins and out of it, to learn what does the county really do for us. Yep. And what are the different facilities and things that our
facilities. And they'll actually get to hear from our department directors directly, and even some of our elected officials. So it's a wonderful opportunity for people out there who are interested in local government, but they may not know all the ins and out of it. But,
yeah, exactly.
And like I said, it's not just the county does it. I think like our municipalities, they do it as well. Because again, every level of government different, and even local governments differ, especially, we have a lot of transplants. I'm one myself. I'm from Kentucky.
Well.
So even, local governments, they vary. So, even if you're knowledgeable on something in New Jersey, it varies different down here.
Yeah, even within the state. I mean, I'm originally from South Florida, and there's things from the county that I grew up in that's a little bit different from the county here. So it's important to get to know your county, get to know your local government. So make sure to check it out.
And our wonderful Human Resources Department, our division actually used to run it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Just a couple of years ago, actually, we handed it off to the Human Resources Department. So they do a wonderful job of coordinating, making sure people are happy, answering questions, getting any follow-up questions that the participants have, getting them answered. So again, it's just a wonderful program, and we encourage slots do fill up quick. So again, go to volusia.org/Citizens Academy and sign up.
Yeah.
And there's a big race going on this weekend.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday, the Coke Zero Sugar 400, which I didn't even know this was a race, but it sounds really cool. But the Votran routes will be adjusted due to the different traffic and stuff from the race. So if you're traveling in the areas, Votran or not, make sure to allow for some extra time due to traffic and the different people who will be in Daytona Beach this weekend for that race. To see the route adjustments, that you can go to Votran.org and find those out specifically.
So you said route adjustments. I say route.
Route.
Is that route?
I feel like, and this is going to sound silly, if I'm talking in a conversation, I will say route. If I'm reading, I will say route.
So being a little more, she's been a little bit more formal on the radio, I guess.
I don't know why that is. Now that I'm like thinking about it,
I'm just messing with you.
I see the U and I panic, and I'm like, it's root.
People call me out for mispronounced stuff all the time, so no worries there.
Oh gosh, well I'm glad I'm not alone.
And we do have guests on today, so but before we get to that, we do have to do Maggie's wedding planning update. So can you give maybe a minute and a half spill on what's going on?
Yeah, we've got lots of fun stuff going on with the wedding. Same thing, still working on caterer. It's been like the past 3 weeks. So eventually I'll have an update on that. We do have our first tasting next week, which is really exciting. So I'm thrilled about that. We just got our engagement photos back, literally on the car ride here. I'm so excited. I haven't had the chance to like really look at them.
So I'm afraid to get like sentimental and start crying. You couldn't do the radio show?
No. I'm a little worried to look at them. We were really sweaty. It was really hot outside, so I'm a little scared. So we have those, which means we get to now make our save the dates and send those out next week.
No, it's your dad. He's the sentimental one, right? So will he cry when you send him some of them?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he'll probably be a little emotional. So that's our little wedding update. So save the dates coming soon. So
all right. So since you are our division's environmental specialist,
yes,
I'm going to turn it over to you to introduce our special guest.
Yeah, so we do have some special guests on today to talk about a little cleanup we're doing here shortly. We have Nicole West and Brooke Giroux.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? Awesome.
Giroux.
Do you guys want to go to introduce yourselves? Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Sure. I'm Nicole Weiss. I am the HCP field manager.
You gotta tell people what HCP is.
It's the Habitat Conservation Plan program. So we work with the sea turtle monitoring groups and beach safety and all the different departments involved in taking care of our beach. So really our job is to just make sure that the habitat and the environment for all of our protected species here in Volusia County are protected.
That's awesome. How about you, Brooke?
Yeah, I actually just moved here too. I'm actually originally from Montana, so
okay.
yeah, I've absolutely been loving living here.
No mountains here.
No mountains here, but we have the ocean, and to me, that's a pretty fair trade. So I do permitting. So if you want a seawall or a walkover out on the beach, you've got to contact us. Still underneath the HCP, just making sure that the people are getting what they want, but that the turtles and our shorebirds are still being protected.
And that's a really important role you do, because I know the seawalls, that could be a little tricky, like which agency to go to and all that. So we always tell our people that if you have a seawall, you need to update it, repair, what have you, or install a new one. If you don't know where to start, contact you guys, because you may actually have to start with the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. So
yeah, there's a lot of agencies that we're working with to make sure that these seawalls get up. But after the storms from 2 years ago, we're still moving along with that.
All right. So now let's get into why we brought you all here. Maggie said a little cleanup. I wouldn't call, from what I've been reading about it, I wouldn't call this little at all. No. So tell us, why are you guys here?
Well, we're here for the International Coastal Cleanup. We partner with the Ocean Conservancy, and we get everybody who wants to out on the water, out on the coast, and just picking up trash. This is an event that happens in all 50 states, all around the world, just trying to minimize our impact on our oceans and our waterways. It's really bigger than the oceans. I mean, I said all 50 states. There's people in Iowa and people in Idaho who are picking up along the river. So we're trying to get as much plastic out of our environment as we can.
So you said international. Mm-hmm. That's what I was looking for, because when we were helping promote it, I got the image from you guys, and there are penguins on it. Yeah. I'm scratching my head, like, we're supposed to be the marketing people, communications. I'm like, if we kick this out and there are penguins on here, like, I don't think there's any penguins in Florida. So that kind of explains that right there.
Yeah, they try to find a really fun and unique sea creature to be kind of the, mascot for the year. So last year we had the leafy sea dragon. And this year we've got those really adorable penguins. So we were all pretty excited to see penguins.
Have you all found penguins on our beach?
Not on our beach, unfortunately.
No, okay. I didn't. Maybe I was missing something.
That'd be pretty
we
cool.
did have the puffins that MSC rescued.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes.
think that's the closest we'll probably ever get to penguins on our coast.
Yes. That would be a really cool experience, just some like penguins waddling on the Daytona Beach.
Hey, we could have Paul Photoshop some penguins in and put
Hey,
on
that's
postcards.
not a bad idea. That's not a bad
like
idea. I do have a question. So you guys said it's international, right? That's what Clayton was saying. And it's 50 states. What international do you guys see? Like, is Peru involved? Like, who is in it?
Oh, all around the world. There are literally people in pretty much every country on every continent involved in
How cool
this
is
cleanup.
that?
Yep. And actually, the ICC, the International Coastal Cleanup, has a pretty cool history. It started in Texas just as kind of like a small local cleanup, and it has grown so much since it started in 1986. They've had over 17 million volunteers collecting over 350 million pounds of trash
Holy moly.
since it started. So it's a huge, huge movement.
Wow. That's a lot of people.
All right, so we're going to take our first commercial break and stay with us for more information about the Intercoastal Cleanup.
Subscribe to the Volusia County YouTube channel.
And hit the bell icon to know what's happening in your hometown.
There are so many great places to explore.
And things to learn.
With over 1,000 videos available right now, the channel offers something for everyone.
Let's go!
Did you know we have countless features showcasing history, nature, wildlife, and recreation? Subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Or that we live stream important county meetings and workshops where leaders make decisions that can impact our everyday lives. Did you subscribe yet?
Or that we record our weekly radio show, Volusia Today, where we interview staff from the different divisions and departments across our great county, and they discuss the nitty-gritty of their field and expertise.
Go ahead, subscribe.
But that's not it. There's more. Subscribe and hit the bell icon and fully explore.
Score!
Welcome back to Volusia Today. Today we have some very special guests on with us. We have environmental management here to talk about the International Coastal Cleanup, and we've been kind of covering what it's about, and it's all over the world, which is really interesting. But here in Volusia County, I know there's a bunch of different places people can go just within the county in order to participate in the International Coastal Cleanup. What are the different sites and locations that people can attend?
So we actually have 25 private or public sites that anybody can sign up to join. 10 of those have already filled up though. So
wow.
If you plan to participate, just make sure you register soon. And then we do have some private sites that different organizations and, local folks have been cleaning up for years. So they have their own site and their own way to do things, which is fine. But our water-based sites are, what our big focus is this year. So if you have a boat, a kayak, a paddleboard, whatever, we invite you to get out on the water at some of those water-based sites and help us clean up our waterways. And that way, most of the boaters and kayakers and folks that are out there all the time, they know where, the little hidden spots are. They can get that remote trash that, other folks might not be able to get to. So they're, just as important, if not more so, than the folks cleaning up on land.
So we know our old friend Dave Hunt, who I know is listening right now. Could Dave bring his surfboard out?
Sure. If you want to surf your way out to an island or a different part of the coast, go right ahead and clean up.
All right. Did you hear that, Dave? I know you're listening. So we plan on you being there with your surfboard.
Oh my gosh. Well, so you said that 10 of the sites have already filled up. How many people are currently registered?
So as of yesterday, we have over 800 participants
Oh my
registered.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Filling up pretty quickly.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Was 1,100 people did it last year, and you've already got 800 signed up?
Yep. So we've got 811 as of yesterday. So.
Very specific. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more of a roundabout, nearly
Yeah.
over, something like that.
I'm not a big math person, but I do like facts and figures.
And now they only have until the 8th to sign up, right?
Yes, the 8th is our last day to register online, but you can still participate even if you miss the registration cutoff. But only the first 1,000 participants that register will get our really awesome giveaway.
Ooh, do we get to know what the giveaway is?
Should we tell them?
It sounds like it's top secret.
No, I think the beans have already been spilled. We did beach towels this year.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a good one.
Nice beach towel with the really cute penguins and International Coastal Cleanup logo.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I want
That's
one.
We're pretty excited about
Hey,
it.
you gotta sign up.
I gotta
You
register.
better sign up soon because
Hey, how do you know? I could be part of the 811.
Oh, you already told me if you had. So, for people who have already registered, or maybe they registered and this is their first time that's going to participate, what should they expect? By the time they get in their car, they drive up to their location where they're going, what should they expect?
So every site runs a little bit differently, depending on the site captain. We have some site captains that have been doing this for years, and they bring grills and all kinds of good stuff for
wow.
folks at their sites. And then we have some folks that are going to be brand new to site captaining. So it really depends on your site captain, but we supply water for everybody in aluminum cans, which is pretty awesome. And, we bring all the supplies, but there are a few things that folks should bring with them, like a reusable water bottle is good. Garden gloves are always good. Sunscreen, a hat, things like that to protect you from the sun. But it's just a really fun few hours of, hanging out with other folks from the community that care about keeping our environment clean.
And you were talking about, the water bottles and stuff like that. And you two are big environmental, and I know Maggie is too. And I'm still looking for our listeners that they can't see, but all three of them, they have reusable water bottles. And here I am with an aluminum can. So I'm surprised y'all even let me in this morning.
Hey, aluminum is infinitely recyclable. So
Hey.
you're good.
All
As
right,
long
I'll
as
make
you
sure-
recycle it, you're good.
All right. I'll make that promise to you.
All right.
I will say, once you switch to the reusable, I haven't used a water bottle, and I don't remember the last time I drank out of an actual water bottle instead of my cup.
It's
Yeah.
honestly so much easier. And I like
is.
cold water, so you can fill it up everywhere. Same with the reusable bags. I mean,
Yeah.
my bags are so much stronger than the plastic that you get at the store. So, in my professional opinion, it's
Yes.
easier to be sustainable.
Oh yeah, I would agree. And those reusable bags from the grocery stores, I keep them in my car, and they do a lot more than my groceries. I'm just
Oh,
gonna say that.
absolutely.
I have those bags going with me everywhere, everywhere.
So, what type of trash can people expect to see and to pick up while they're there?
Well, I mean, if you can think it, you're probably going to see it, unfortunately. I mean, everything. The most common things are going to be food wrappers. We've got cigarette butts, any sort of plastic, whether that's bottles, bags,
Empty
caps.
energy can drinks?
Absolutely, yeah.
I was taking a shot at myself.
Oh, yeah. Glass and aluminum, just anything you can think of that people use on a daily basis. Sometimes it flies out of the car and lands on the side of the road near our water. So it's mostly what you're going to see, but I mean, you can see some pretty funky things out there.
Interesting.
Speaking of funky, what are some unique items that you all have heard about?
A ceiling fan.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know how that got there,
What?
but yeah, we had somebody found an entire set of car floor mats, which that was me. I would probably reuse those and put those in my own car. I mean, it's kind of like thrifting if you want to spin it a
This
little
is
bit.
true.
Yeah.
But appliances, I think last year for North America, a trampoline, like a full-size trampoline, was one of the weird finds that they documented. So
Interesting.
truly anything you can think of. Furniture.
Yeah. Well, I think, too, the other thing to think about with the International Coastal Cleanup is I imagine there's things from, hurricanes and storms that blow into the water.
Yeah.
I think about trampolines. I've seen multiple videos online of, dads trying to, hold down the trampoline in the backyard,
Yeah.
Yeah, when Debbie was on this way a few weeks ago, I had put some sandbags on our trampoline. And my wife was like, "Can you move your van out to the driveway and I'll move the trampoline in?" That was a big no. She's like, figure out a way to tie it down. So.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. But I could see how that could happen.
Yeah,
the wind and stuff. But you don't really think about that in the moment that ends up in our
Until you see it flying down the there it goes.
Yeah, or you're at the International Coastal Cleanup and you find your trampoline in the water.
That's not going to fit in your bucket, unfortunately.
Yeah, sadly, no. Well, I do have a question. You brought up the site captains. Is that what they're called? What do they do? Are they managing the different people that are there? Are they kind of directing people? Are they just there to oversee? What is their role?
So the site captains actually have a pretty large role in this cleanup. They are obviously in charge of their site. They're their site captain.
Yeah.
But they, make sure everything from, the week before, they've got all of their supplies that they'll pick up from us. And, like I said, some of them will bring, food and grills and different things for their sites. But, they attend meetings with us. We do virtual site captain meetings to kind of discuss logistics and everything. And they're really just the day of coordinators, making sure everything at their site runs smoothly, tallying up all the trash and things like that, and then documenting all of that data and making sure that we get it so that we can report it to the Ocean Conservancy.
Cool. All right. So for those, may have already covered this, but we've already talked about it a lot, but if somebody's out there listening, they're like, this is something I want to look into, or yes, I want to sign up for this, tell them how they can do that.
So we do have registration through Eventbrite. So if you visit Eventbrite's website and type in Volusia International Coastal Cleanup, you can probably find it that way. But the easiest way would probably be to visit our website, volusiaseaturtles.org. And then you can click on the registration link through there if you look under waterway cleanups, and that will get you right to where you need to go.
All right. And what if they have just some general questions and they want to speak to somebody from your team? Are you one of you cool with throwing out your email address or phone number?
We actually have a dedicated email address just for the International Coastal Cleanup.
So this is a VIP. So I just want to let you know, our IT division does not just hand out email addresses for our domain.
No, we have a special email address, and it's just internationalcoastalcleanup@volusia.org.
Awesome. All right. So that's awesome information about the ICC. We're going to take our last commercial break. And when we come back, let's talk about sea turtles.
We are Volusia County Beach Safety. We're here to serve Volusia County's 47 miles of unique coastline. Volusia County beaches. Yeah, those beaches. But also these beaches. We have millions of visitors every year, and we work around the clock to keep our beaches safe and beautiful. And you can help.
Swim near a staff lifeguard tower.
Pick up your trash and fill holes. Identify, avoid, and escape rip currents.
Please leave the beach cleaner than you found it.
There we go. Look out for one another and keep an eye on kids, especially near the traffic lane and in the water.
Pets are allowed at our 2 pet-friendly beaches, Lighthouse Point Park and Smyrna Dunes Park.
If you see something, say something.
A clean and safe beach guarantees fun in the sun for everyone. Thank you for doing your part to keep Volusia County beaches beautiful. See you at the beach!
Make the most of your day at the beach. Download the Volusia County Beaches app today. Sign up for real-time notifications on vehicle ramp openings and closings. Find staffed lifeguard towers. Get updates on tides and beach conditions. Plus, off-beach parking and coastal parks info. Volusia County Beaches app is available for your smart devices at the App Store and Google Play.
Volusia.org is your Volusia County government information resource.
Welcome back to Volusia Today. We have environmental management here with us talking all things the ocean, international cleanup, all the different things going on in the county. And one of the most exciting things that happens during the summer specifically is we get sea turtles that get to come onto our shores.
You all should see their smiles right now. Their eyes is lit up.
Ear to ear. Can you guys give us a little bit of an update? Like, what has the sea turtle season been like this year? What's going on?
Absolutely. Any chance I can talk about sea turtles, I will.
Oh, she's ready to jump out of her seat.
That's why I moved down here. So our turtles are doing good. Starting in May, actually April, they come up and they start nesting all along the coast of Florida. This year, we've already had 881 nests.
Wow.
Yeah, 855 loggerheads. That's pretty much the most common. But then we've also had 15 green sea turtles, 7 leatherbacks, and 4 confirmed Kemp's Ridleys.
We put that on social media. Y'all sent us pictures about the Kemp's Ridley, and I was getting dings on my phone. I was like, is this that big of a deal?
Absolutely. It is. We all immediately raced out to see the daytime nester. And it was really cool. I mean, there's only 7 species of sea turtles in the world, and 5 of them are in Florida, and 4 come here and nest in Volusia. So we're really lucky to be able to see them.
That is so cool. Where do the other 2 nest?
Well, we've got some that go to Texas. That's like your olive ridleys, and most of the Kemp's ridleys. And then you've got the Australian flatbacks, which I'll let you guess where those ones are.
So what are some ways that our residents and visitors, they could help protect these creatures?
That is a great question. So right now we still have females coming up to nest, but a lot of our nests are beginning to hatch. And we have also entered washback season, which is when post-hatchling turtles wash back in with the sargassum. So just being really careful when you're out on the beach, you know.
So the washbacks, you know, I'm not the environmental person. So they hatch, they crawl into the ocean, and then they get stuck in seaweed, and then they get pulled back onto the land. Is that, in a layman's term, what?
Pretty much. That's
she's
what
like,
happens. So when the hatchlings are making their way out to the sea, they're trying to get to that sargassum line that's going to, you know, provide them shelter and food and everything for the first few years of their life. And when we get that seaweed washing back in, sometimes those little turtles wash back in with it. So, you know, we just want to make sure that we're, you know, being cautious. If you find a turtle on the beach, contact beach safety as soon as possible so that they can give you direction on what to do. And if you're out on our beaches at night, light can really, really negatively affect sea turtles. So, you know, unless you have to use a flashlight, we encourage you not to. If you need a light, red light is best. And we do have a lighting ordinance, so making sure your property is compliant with the ordinance or wherever you're staying is compliant is, you know, the best thing to do.
So if I'm on the beach with a romantic stroll with my wife one night and we see some more creatures moving, I should not turn my flashlight on my phone and run over to it?
You should not. It's more than acceptable to, you know, watch. Just keep your distance, no lights, be quiet, you know, and respectful, and just let them do their thing and enjoy the moment. Not many people get to experience that.
So if Nicole sees me flashlighting a turtle, she's going to grab my phone and throw it into the ocean.
Oh yeah, I'm going to kick it out of your hand.
Absolutely not. Do not do that. What is it about light that confuses them? Is it the moonlight? I've heard that before. Is that really what it is, or is it something else?
Kind of. So sea turtles are very attracted to light, and that's what guides them. On a natural beach where there's not a lot of development, it's going to be the celestial light. So that moon, the stars reflecting off of the ocean should be the brightest horizon, and that's what helps guide them to the water. But when you have a developed beach like ours and there are different lighting sources, you know, all around you, it can get pretty confusing for them and they can end up going in the wrong direction.
Awesome information.
Yeah.
All right, so Maggie, any big plans this weekend?
It's one of my best friend's birthdays, so I'm going to go celebrate. Happy birthday, Rose, if you're listening. We're going to go do a little girls' night and celebrate. We were roomies in college, so we're doing a throwback roomies night. So,
What about you two in like the 15 seconds we have?
I'm going to go to the race. My first race.
I'm not doing anything exciting.
I'm with you on that.
I'm a homebody.
All right, with that, everyone, remember, always swim near Lifeguard Tower and have a good weekend.